Coming up, is the sun setting on Australian solar? A fugitive takes a Tesla Model 3 on an epic 2-day road trip. And we boil not one, but 2 eggs. All that and slightly more on SolarQuotes TV. Hello, I'm Finn Peacock from SolarQuotes and welcome to SolarQuotes TV. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at solar, what's new, what's interesting in Australia and around the world. And I've got to say, it's travelling pretty good from our perspective here at SolarQuotes. The amount of solar installed in Australia for every man, woman and child is 644 watts. That's about 2 modern solar panels. Australia is leading per capita. That means we're beating both Germany and Japan. I think that's pretty cool. What about the outlook for 2021? Well, I was pretty enthusiastic because at SolarQuotes, we've had a really strong start to 2021. It's been the strongest start in the 12 years I've been running SolarQuotes. Then I read a report commissioned by the AEMO, the Australian Energy Market Operator, and I felt pretty miserable about the future. Well, it predicted solar is going to fall off a cliff in 2021, which was a bit of a worry. So are they right? Hey, I'm humble enough to say I don't know, but I'm pretty confident they're wrong. Why? Because we're having such a strong start to 2021. And also, this report must be based on a model. And this model must be along the lines of, the longer it takes to pay for solar, the less people buy it. Here's the thing about models, also known as simulations. The best advice I ever got as an electrical engineer was from my control teacher, Dr. Stuart Burge. How you doing, mate, wherever you are? He looked me in the eye one day and he said, be careful, Finn. Simulation is like masturbation. The more you do it, the more you'll think it's the real thing. Solar modelers, bear that in mind, okay? More evidence that these modelers are wrong and that we're going to have a really good solar year is Western Australia. On September the 1st last year, 2020, they slashed their feed-in tariff. They almost halved it. So what happened to the demand for solar that we're seeing at SolarQuotes in September, October, November and December of last year? It's the strongest it's ever been. It hasn't missed a beat. So if WA is the canary in the coal mine, that's telling us that we've moved to a new phase of solar. People, they're saying, we don't actually care about the payback because we know it pays. We know it's a good idea. We've bought a house, we want solar. And if you've ever had solar and you've experienced a tiny, a negative or a zero bill, there ain't no way you're going back. And if your friend's got a $0 bill and you've got a $2,000 bill, that's pretty good incentive to buy solar. At SolarQuotes, we get 100, 200 reviews in every week of solar installers, solar panels, solar inverters and solar batteries. And the job of Ned is to read every single one of those reviews. Ned's probably read more solar reviews than anyone else on the planet. Let's go over to Ned and see what the best review of the week was last week.
Thanks, Finn. I read a lot of reviews every week and this was the best one I saw this week. It's for a company called Goliath. They're one of the companies we recommend very highly here at SolarQuotes, and I would say their attention to detail is just magnificent. The title is Excellent Installers, Great Service. Being a person who has a disability, who has cerebral palsy and a developmental educator, I was after a replacement system for my 3 kilowatt system. My friend recommended Goliath. I found Daniel and the whole team at Goliath very understanding to my needs and situation. They explained the process every step of the way and worked with me to meet my needs and money. That's something we hear a lot from about Goliath. After the install, Daniel called and checked in on me to confirm the service and if I had any questions. It's great to have old school customer service. And there you go, that's a fantastic review from a fantastic company. I see a lot of reviews every week, about 150. This one in particular, Goliath made sure that they were reassuring every step of the way, which is not something you get from every company and it's not something you see every day.
This is the AF segment, where I actually have to do some work. Okay, first up, we've got Michael Clark on Facebook. Michael Clark? Aren't you busy pushing cheap solar on the telly? Oh no, wrong Australian test captain, sorry. Michael asks, how cheap does a battery need to be to make economic sense? Short answer, they have to be about half in price. Slightly longer answer, the unsubsidized cost of a battery has to come down by about half for it to make economic sense. Now in some states, you get battery rebates that reduce the cost, So for example, 6 months ago in SA, you could get a Tesla Powerwall for about half price, and they were flying off the shelves. But that party's over. There's a much smaller rebate in SA now. But short answer, they have to about half in price. Next question, also from Facebook, from Kurt Benso. Why would I pay for a Rec over a Jinko? Great question. So Rec is a premium solar panel brand, fairly expensive. Jinko is a good budget brand, great value. Why would you pay more for the same amount of watts for a premium brand like REC over a budget brand like Jinko? One, with Rec and the other premium brands, you generally get a longer product warranty, typically 25 years instead of 10 or 12. Secondly, degradation. Generally speaking, the premium brands degrade less over time. You should get slightly more performance out of a premium brand. Question number 3, Alexander Tutel, again on Facebook. Can supply charges be reduced by exporting to the grid? Yes, the credits you get on your bill, you can use to pay off the rest of your bill. So, for example, you can get your bill right down to 0, or you can get it negative. And the most difficult question of the week is from David, and this came through on email at the weekend. I currently have a single-phase home. I want to get solar now and a battery and electric car in the future. Should I upgrade to 3-phase? The general advice is, if you're building a house from scratch, absolutely upgrade to 3-phase, because when you're building, it's cheap. It's going to be less than $1,000 unless you build as a crook. If you're upgrading an existing house, upgrading to 3-phase is generally really expensive. You're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6 grand. In that case, you'd be amazed what you can do with a single-phase supply. So David, for example, in Queensland, he could get 13.3 kilowatts of panels. He could get a 10 kilowatts inverter, export limited to 5 kilowatts. He could add a battery to that with DC coupling. He could charge his EV at 7 kilowatts, which is enough to charge it from empty overnight. You can do a hell of a lot with single phase. Spend that 3, 4, 5, 6 grand on bigger, better solar. If you've got any questions at all about solar, batteries, electric cars, energy efficiency, how to make a good cup of coffee, I don't care, hit us up on Facebook or Twitter.
Tell us a little bit about your business, Andy.
We're a solar installer, retailer. We cater for battery storage and sort of more in the top end of the market with premium equipment. Been doing it a bit over 12 years. We're a family business. We started the business end of 2009. I've got both sons involved in the business, so having the family involved in the business is really important to me.
What should people be thinking about when they are going to buy solar?
I can tell you the most important thing is for someone to find a local company they can trust. Someone who's been around for quite some time, and a company that's actually interested in coming onto the site, having a look at the roof, having a look at the main switchboard, and finding out exactly what your individual needs are.
What's the future for solar? Is it battery? Is it cars? What's the future for solar?
I think ease of use, monitoring, tracking performance of systems, that's really come to the fore. Yeah.
Okay, couple of quick one-word answers on these. So who would play you in a movie about you?
Oh geez, Adam Sandler? Yeah, because he's a goof.
No, it felt really good. Thanks for bringing it up, man.
Elon Musk, hero or villain?
Oh, certainly a hero. I don't agree with everything he says, but what an innovator. An absolutely amazing company, amazing person, yeah.
Andy, thank you so much. Cheers, Finn.
I'm afraid to say, there's been a bit of friction in the Peacock household this week. You see, I'm a solar nerd, and the only way I'll reach my dream of 100% powering my home with solar is to rip out the gas meter and replace it with electricity. And that means ripping out the gas hob. You know where I'm going here, yeah? My wonderful wife thinks you can't cook properly on electricity. Her last experience of cooking on electric was in her student hovel, one of those crap electric hob things. So join us now as we do the ultimate road test, cooking on gas versus cooking on induction. I'm here with Luigi's Delicatessen, joined by Luigi in his beautiful industrial kitchen. How you doing, Luigi?
Beautiful, mate. I'm looking forward. Hey, the induction versus the gas.
Now, just independent opinion.
Yes.
Is this a fair test?
Well, it looks to be. We've got the same amount of water in the pot. We've got an egg each,
Yep.
both from the same chicken.
Yep.
I believe, yes, we're at a fair start.
Now we're going to do something a bit out of the ordinary for a professional like you. We're going to start with the egg in the water.
That's right. Normally wouldn't, but let's do it.
Then we're going to see which one's first to boil.
Yeah.
And then we're going to wait 3 minutes. And then we're going to pull out both eggs.
Yeah.
Then we're going to crack them open.
Yeah.
See which one looks the best.
Sounds very exciting.
Should we do this?
Gentlemen, start your pots. Ready, set, go. My egg's in.
6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're on.
Okay. Good fun watching water boil.
Amazing.
Huh? Having a blast.
In terms of electricity, it's pulling 1800 watts, 1.86 kilowatts, so
Right.
it's a good chunk of power. So Louis, got any kids or anything?
Yeah. 3.
3 kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
You?
Yeah, I've got 3 kids too.
Oh, brilliant. Half a dozen between us.
That's right.
All fertilised eggs.
Yes.
Yeah. What's happening over there? You got a little bit of a boiler?
Some bubbling.
I tell you what, mine's not bubbling as much, so I reckon the Induction's just got its nose in front at the moment. What type of induction burner did you get?
This was from IKEA and it was 59 bucks.
Is that it?
Till Reda.
Hey Finn, do you like singing?
I quite like rapping.
Oh yeah? Can you rap that tomorrow?
I don't know the words. I can rap the SolarQuotes rap.
Go on.
SolarQuotes.com.au. If you need a quote, we'll make it happen for you.
Oh, I like it, I reckon.
Hey, we both have a love of music.
We do. And we're not yoking with each other either.
Oh, we have action.
Well, I can see it starting to boil up. And this one here is lagging behind a little bit. The Induction is way ahead at the moment.
We're getting close. 5 seconds to go, Luigi.
4,
3,
2,
1.
0.
Let's do it.
All right, let's take them off. There's your Induction egg. There's your gas egg. This is your egg on the left with the Induction.
Yep.
This is the gas egg over here.
Tension's killing me, mate.
The big test. Okay, let's do a bit of a crack. It's a 3-minute boil. Let's have a look inside. Look at that, nice and runny, beautiful. Okay.
Is that good?
That's good. That's a really nice egg. Let's have a look how far we've got with the, as you can see, not as developed there, mate. It's still quite undercooked with the...
So if you served that one at Luigi's Delicatessen...
That's a little bit underdone. So that one there you can see is a little bit more intact. This one here, obviously still a little bit undercooked. It's been a pleasure having you today. Our egg off is knocked off. We've had a ball. Thank you.
I feel like I made a friend for life.
Well, yeah, hug her. Oh, come on then. He's a good boy. Come back anytime you like. Mi casa, tu casa.
I think we can safely say it's Induction 1, gas 0. And I've got to say, darling, looks like we've got many years of induction cooking together to look forward to. Everything you need to know about solar, batteries, electricity, energy efficient appliances, visit us at solarquotes.com.au. And now, being a complete solar nerd, my favourite segment, Solar Tech. And this week we're going to be talking solar inverters. So what is a solar inverter? A solar inverter is a box that sits on your wall. It takes the DC current from your solar panels and it converts it into an AC current. And that's the current that all the appliances in your home use. So you need one on a solar system. Now some very exciting news, especially if you're one of those Tesla fanboys. Tesla announced they're going to start making their own solar inverter instead of relying on other people to make them for them. The specs are quite exciting. It's got 4 MPPTs, that means multi-power point tracker. For you non-nerds out there, so it's really good for big complicated roofs. It's really flexible. The other cool thing about this is it's got over-the-air updates to its firmware. So like your phone, if you want to update the software, it just arrives over the air. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to call out a solar installer, you don't have to plug anything in. Really cool. And it's nice and big, it's 8 kilowatts. The only problem is, it's not available in Australia yet. But don't worry, I've got some good news, because just the week before Tesla announced theirs, a company called Delta Electronics, a Taiwanese company, announced they've got a new inverter coming out. Delta make really good inverters, and guess what? It's got 4 MPPTs. It's got over-the-air firmware updates. And guess what? It's 8 kilowatts. So if you can't get the Tesla inverter and you really want Tesla, here's my advice. Buy the Delta one, put a Tesla sticker on it. If that made absolutely no sense to you and you want to learn more about inverters, just go to the website, use the search box and search inverters. Now let's be honest, there's only one reason you're watching this show. And that's for the man with a beard, the man who writes ridiculously long blog posts when 100 words will do. It's Ronald Ruckles.
So Ronald, what have you been up to this week?
This week? Oh well, I wrote about my experience driving a Model 3 Tesla.
How was that?
Pretty good, I liked it. Let me explain it to you in detail. It's very good. It's a bit expensive, but I expect it to get cheaper.
That's quite a succinct review for you, Ronald.
Thank you, I aim to please.
How long was the actual review?
7,000 words.
That must be the most comprehensive Model 3 review on the internet, surely.
Could be, but I think it lacked a certain poetry. I could improve on that.
So, what did you get up to in the Model 3? Because you didn't just take it for a half-hour spin, courtesy of Tesla, did you?
No, I took it for 2 days up through the grape-squishing regions of South Australia. That was very nice. I thought it was a good test of the car.
Now, a few months ago you tested a Model S. How does the Model 3 compare to the Model S?
Oh, okay. Well, the Model 3 is a very good car, but the Model S has everything the Model 3 has, but more. That includes more expense. So I'd have difficulty affording a Model 3. I could never afford a Model S. That's, beyond me.
So you're an old hand at electric cars. You've test driven loads. I mean, all of 3.
3 and an Ace cargo van. Oh, I didn't drive far though.
Let's talk about the range.
The range is good. It's the longest range car in its price range I've driven. When I got in, it was at 95% charge, and the car told me it could go 320 kilometers. And when I drove it, I got 145 watt hours consumed per kilometer I drove, on average. So if it was the battery was charged to 100%, it'd be able to do almost 350 kilometers. That's a pretty good way.
Tesla promise it will get?
490.
That's quite a difference.
That's a huge difference. So Tesla, on their Australian site, when you go to buy one, it has in big numbers, 490 kilometers. Then it has in a little bracket says EST for estimate, which is ridiculous because they know exactly how far every Tesla drives. Each Tesla vehicle is a snitch that reports back to the Politburo just how far they've driven. So
just to be clear, just before you press buy now,
yeah,
Tesla tells you that the range is 490 kilometers.
That's what comes up on the screen.
And what would you expect the average person on a typical day to get out of the Tesla?
With a full charge, a new car, about 350.
Was it fast?
Oh yeah.
I believe it was a bit too fast, Ronald.
What do you mean by that?
I believe a heinous crime was committed.
A modestly heinous crime.
Care to explain?
I sinned. I drove the Tesla too fast. I sped. This is my first ticket ever. So as you can see, in a 60 kilometer per hour zone, I was driving 70 kilometers per hour, 10 over the limit. And I've received a $466 fine.
That is not a business expense. Take responsibility for your own criminal actions.
No, I don't think I will. I never have so far, and look where it's gotten me.
Now, that's not the only trouble you got into. After you published the post, I believe you got a bit of heat from some Tesla fans.
Yeah.
What was their main complaint?
They said that the government forces Tesla to lie about the range of their car. I didn't really get it.
Yeah, it's kind of nutty, isn't it? So, from what I could see, they were complaining that you were pointing out that the Tesla's range is way lower than what they promise you on their marketing materials.
Yes.
And their argument was that because the Australian government uses a certain standard for range that has to be on the windshields, they are somehow forcing Tesla to put that range on their marketing materials.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Tesla fan. I've got a Powerwall, I've got a Tesla car. But then you get the really hardcore ones that will excuse anything. And, you know, let's be honest, Tesla marketing doesn't always tell the truth. Elon Musk doesn't always tell the truth. He's a big exaggerator.
Let's show the glass demo. Now I'll show you Tesla Armor glass. Could you try to break this glass, please? Oh my fucking god. Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
Now, Tesla have had some heat for build quality.
Oh yes, the build quality was awful in Teslas. It was terrible. You can look at videos online of mutant mobiles, which all sorts of defects in them as they came out of the factory. But now, the one I saw, it was pretty much perfect. I saw nothing wrong with it. Very clean looking. To my eye, I saw no faults. And the owner was very happy with it. I asked him about the build quality. He said it was good. So
it looks like Tesla's fixed the build quality on the Model 3s.
It looks like it.
What about the seats? Were they comfortable?
Big enough for Americans. They're comfortable. They're adjustable in multiple ways, and it remembers how you like it. So, and an interesting thing is, when you stop the car to get out, it will raise the seat up to let you get out.
Nice.
Or if you piss off Elon, it does it. But don't tell anyone about that feature.
So far, you've driven a Model S.
Yes.
You've driven a electric Australia Post van or something.
Yes, that is correct.
ACV, that was it.
Yep, and some are going to be made here in South Australia. Maybe they'll build a lot. We'll see.
You have driven a electric Mini.
I've driven an electric Mini, and it was very fun.
And you've driven a Model 3.
Yes, I have.
Which one was your favourite?
Of them all, I preferred the Model 3. I've got some good news. The Australian dollar is up 77 cents to a US dollar at the moment. I looked on the American Tesla site to see how much a Model 3 costs over there. And at today's exchange rate, after adding in GST, our on-road costs, Tesla's $1,375 delivery cost, the cost of the cheapest Model 3 is under 60,000 Australian dollars.
Straight up?
Yeah, straight up.
Well, the Aussie dollar is well strong at the moment.
Yeah, and you're paying just under 72,000 for it now on the Tesla site. So I figure, don't buy one now. Wait for Tesla to drop the price a bit. Hopefully that will come.
Oh, Tesla are going to love you.
Yeah.
Let's summarise. Great car.
Great car.
Very expensive.
Very expensive.
More than enough range for most people.
Yep, more than enough range for most people.
But a lot less than what Tesla promised.
That's right.
There you have it, folks. And that was The Wrap with Ronald. Come back next week and we'll talk about something else and probably give it a different name.
Really interesting facts about the #1 nerd topic, the International Space Station. Feel free to throw these out at your next dinner party. Not that you probably get invited to many. The International Space Station, 160 kilowatts of solar, lithium-ion batteries, 8 separate arrays, each 20 kilowatts. They're flexible arrays that roll out like a tape measure. And over 24 hours, the International Space Station sees 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets. Pretty cool, eh? So that was SolarQuotes TV. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions at all or know anyone that's thinking of going solar, point them at the website solarquotes.com.au. Now, to see you out, we've got the Poet Laureate of Toowoomba, Mr. Ronald Brackles, and his ode to the Tesla Model 3.
The electrons were a torrent of current through the copper wire. Lithium batteries discharging, raising speed ever higher. The road was a ribbon of asphalt upon which the sun did blaze, and the Model 3 came driving, driving, driving. The Model 3 came driving through the dusty haze. Its bonnet was aluminium, its chassis made of steel, a plank the only item beneath the steering wheel. With battery nigh full, 340 kilometers it could run, and it drove with a gentle whirring, its electric motor whirring. its motor rotor twirling under the burning sun. 3,000 battery cells were beneath a 3,000 battery cells were hid beneath the floor. A mechanical pop-out handle adorned every door. There was no instrumentation, just a single giant screen, and on it were numbers rising, speedo numbers rising, kilometers per hour rising, now 200 clean. The driver spied the camera, but by then it was too late. He'd broken the law of the road, and by that had sealed his fate. "You'll never catch me, coppers," was his defiant cry. But the wheels of justice were turning, turning, turning. The wheels of justice were turning, and his words became a lie.
So that, did it have cup holders or what?
Oh, it had cup holders, yes.